had stuff to do, but on the Friday I went to see Frankenstein because it was still at cinemas, and obviously we're going to be talking about it. And the Tuesday, I was very manly because I've told you the whole saga about our dining room and all that.
Yes,
sorted, and we eventually got the carpet in, and it was the right size this time. But the guy said, "Oh, your carpet's going to be too big. You're going to have to get your door fixed. It's going to have to get planed." So he took the door off and left it off. They don't do planing or anything. They don't do that sort of thing. You just have to get somebody else. So I did that myself on Tuesday. Went out, bought myself a plane. Was very careful to only take a little bit off and then sand it down. Put the door back on. No, it's still a bit stiff. I still can't get the door open. Took it off again. A wee bit more, just a wee bit. Because obviously you can take far too much.
Yes.
It becomes a bit of a disaster. So yeah, that was my job on Tuesday, getting that all sorted. And it works, and the door is on, and the door opens and it closes, and there's not a draft going underneath it because they got that much.
So do you feel like you've achieved?
Yeah, well, it's something I'd never done before, so I had to look up how to actually do it. Because but it would have taken weeks to get a guy to come in, because
100%.
It's really difficult getting people. So it's like, what the fuck? What's going on? So yes. So yeah.
I'm sure I speak on behalf of myself and Simmy when we say that we imagine you in a tool belt and a Diet Coke, white t-shirt, etc., etc.
I have told you I have a tool belt.
I know. That's why it's in my head.
One.
Don't. It's far too early on a Sunday. I'll be blushing.
I know. Even for me. Oh man. So yeah, you're right. It has been a quick week, and to the extent where I only rewatched the documentaries and watched the home game like Friday and Saturday night, because I was messing about doing other things, and just work seems to be like I finish work at 6:45 at night, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to do anything. The usual, just lack of motivation. I think it is more than anything else.
It's dark as well, though. I'm leaving the house in dark. On the days that I'm in the office, certainly, I am leaving the house in darkness and I'm getting home in darkness. So I don't have any sort of great sense of, I would love to sit down, because I've got documentaries that I've taped. I've got films. Obviously, the watch list is 1,000 years long. But by the time I come home, I'm like, I think I can just about manage a couple of episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond, and then I'm going to my bed. And that's basically
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's like, because I finish sometime around about 6, and then Leslie maybe at the gym or something, so we actually sit down and have a dinner maybe about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and by the time we get tidied up, we're like, right, it's 9 o'clock and I'm really tired.
I'm going to bed,
yeah, or fall asleep on the couch. That's what I tend to do more than anything else. Yeah, because the couch is I find it quite comfortable. So just away you go, wake up and it's 1:30 in the morning. Whoever you've been watching is long finished, and you're getting a message up in Netflix saying, "Are you still watching?" That kind of thing. Oh dear. What a life.
I know. Honestly, I feel like the end of this year is just going to fly in. And actually, just because you're using up holidays, I have 4 days left. So I think I'm going to take every Monday in December off. And then I'm finished. We're going to be anyway, just to use them up, because otherwise we don't carry hours over. So I'm as well just using them so that there's not 4 days going to waste.
Yeah, I think we can carry forward 5 days or something. And I've carried forward 4, I think it is. So I plan to make use of them at the film festival next year in February. Just take a block off of about a week and a half and use that, because I've already got time off booked for April for Easter. I'm going to Seville for a week in April.
Lovely.
So never been, so it's a place we've wanted to go for a wee while, so I'm going to go there. And
Chris's dad says if you want to see the heart of Spain, you should go to Seville, and they went last year. So there you go. That's coming from a proper Spaniard as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a good recommendation. Yeah, so yeah, looking forward to that, obviously, but that's months and months away. But that's tends to be the way that Leslie likes to do things. She likes to organise early, so there is things to look forward to and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I get that.
So good. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All works.
She strikes me as a planner, and that appeals to me as somebody who loves a wee spreadsheet. Because as soon as Chris said to me we were going to Bergen at Christmas, I was like, have you done this spreadsheet? And he was like, no, I've left that for you. Yes. That's all I want to do.
Did you put on a wee pitiful voice when you said that?
Yes, I did. Well, once I stopped crying as well, I was like, can I please do the spreadsheet?
Nice. Oh, that'll be really good.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. How long are you away for?
A week, so it's Sunday to Sunday. I was laughing, they were laughing at me during the week. It's a Logan Air flight. I think there's about 16 seats on the plane, so I'm feeling like it's going to be a bus with wings, basically. But it's only it's only a 90-minute flight from Edinburgh. It's literally like coast to coast when you look at it on the map. But our apartment that we're staying in, I'm so looking forward to this. We are right opposite. It's a 12th century church. It's one of the oldest churches in Norway, and they do they light Advent candles, and obviously they have services and stuff like that, and we can see that right from our window because it's just across the road, and I think it's going to look like a postcard, so I'm very excited.
Brilliant. Oh, that sounds really good. That's nice. Yep. Yeah, we're just on the usual Christmas. My son won't be here for Christmas this year because he has to go to his
in-laws.
Not in-laws, his girlfriend's family, because he was up with us last year, so he's kind of near about, which is cool. It's totally fine. So we'll see him around about the 27th. And we'll plan something then, although we're not going to the ballet because I don't think there is a ballet this Christmas at the Theatre Royal. No, Hamilton is on at the Theatre Royal, and it's on for about a month. So it's on for ages. We're going to see it, actually. We're going to see it on the 27th, I think it is, of this month, because my daughter really wanted to go and see it. So, what's £250 between the family.
I know. We looked at tickets as well, and I was like that to Chris. I was like, we actually, because that's what I was laughing at. See, when we obviously went to see the Bride of Frankenstein on Thursday night, we picked these perfect seats with this tiny woman sitting in front, because obviously they're not stage seats, it's just all flat. So I was sitting behind this absolutely tiny woman, like she barely came over the top of the seat, and I was like, this is perfect, I can see. And then just before the film started, her and her giant husband swapped seats, so me and Chris had to swap seats as well, so I could still be sitting behind her so I could see. But we were looking at tickets for Hamilton, and if I wanted to actually go to see the stage, you are talking about £90 to £100 each, so it is quite expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive. It's kind of like, well, I'm not going to go and see this again, and it is something I want to see. I've obviously seen the production on Disney Plus. Yeah, the one that they've got in there. I've watched that during that was a lockdown.
I think we all did. Yeah,
I think we did. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's good. So I've been interested to see what it's actually like in real life as well. So that'll be good fun. Yeah. But so, did you enjoy Thursday night then? I take it you did. Judging by your posts,
I really did. I love that film so much, and I've never seen it in a cinema capacity. It's only ever been watching it at home. Yeah. So that was in itself was a treat, and of course the live orchestra was just incredible. Although I was having a wee chuckle to myself because obviously there's the scenes with the blind guy playing the violin, and I thought I bet you all those violinists are looking at that going, what the hell, that doesn't even look remotely convincing. But it was absolutely stunning. I'm in complete agreement with Leslie, all films should have a live orchestra. It just makes it so much better.
It makes it so much better. Yeah, I thought maybe during that violin scene they would have had the principal violinist actually standing up and doing that as well, but obviously it just didn't. I think it was probably because it was more part of the soundtrack, or it would have interfered with what was actually going on the screen. But I was like yourself, we were sitting a couple of rows in front of you, obviously, and I thought, get a great seat here, it's all right, saying. And then the conductor comes on, and he's really tall, and I could just make out the subtitles, and you needed the subtitles because the music was so encompassing. It was all, so you kind of did need the subtitles in there, and I was kind of like, what was that word?
God, if you couldn't see, I would have had no hope.
I think it's because we were, there is a slight gradient, but we were at the very bottom where it is flat. And it kind of makes sense because it's built for productions that's really just meant to be orchestras, like musicians and stuff like that. So you're not going to really miss anything But see the wee seats at the side, they're really good as well.
I was
it's just
wondering
2
that,
seats.
yeah.
They are
looked
pretty
really
good actually. And I think the best seats in the house are actually up in the balcony as well, because you get the full sound of everything there, and so it's just really, really good. But I think they do maybe 2 or 3 different live productions a year there, so
I would definitely go back.
It's always worthwhile looking out for something, because the one that we saw previously, well, there was a Hitchcock one. Well, it wasn't actually a film, but it was just the music from.
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be amazing.
A couple of the Hitchcock films, and that was really good. And I think they maybe showed wee short bits of film, like there was a wee bit of the shower scene and the driving scene where she's like escaping the city and all that sort of stuff. And there was some other bits and pieces, and that's really good. But we saw the Battleship Potemkin as well.
Wow, that would have been amazing.
Which was really good, and it was actually projected from an old movie camera as well. There's an old movie camera at the very. You could hear it whirring away, and it was actually it was boxed in to sort of dampen the sound of it and everything. But it was actually properly projected. It wasn't like a digital projection. I think that was a digital projection that we saw. But yes, that was really good. That was obviously I'd only ever seen a DVD copy of Battleship Potemkin, and it's one of these films that every now and again, every couple of decades, they redo the score to the film. So you've had a score by, like, the Pet Shop Boys did a score to it, and there's been various composers like going right back to the very start, and they change it up and all that, and you're thinking, yeah, it's brilliant, it's really, really good. So I think this was like the original score or whatever. So, but I didn't realise that this was the first horror film with a full score.
Neither did I. That's quite a bit of trivia to have. That I didn't realise that at all. Because you just kind of assume that I suppose you think other films have had music, but it's maybe just been like little pockets of it here and there. But this obviously from start to finish has like an actual score with it. But no, I didn't realise that at all. I just, as I say, I really, really love old monster movies, and this is one of my favourites. And Chris had never seen it as well, like at all. So I think this was quite a nice introduction to that as well.
Oh yeah,
better than obviously watching it on the box set. So yeah, I would go and see whatever they did again. I thought that was a fantastic experience, and everyone was like well behaved as well, which you don't get in the cinema these days.
Well, you say that, but the 2 people sitting beside me, they started laughing when the monster came out, and they were laughing hysterically. They couldn't stop laughing, and they just kept going. And then they were like chatting back and forward as well. And I was like, what the fuck, you know? So that was a wee bit annoying. I know.
Yeah.
And it was
like,
just.
I get that it might look a bit dated. Do you know what I mean? And I understand that, but it's not funny. Like, it's just.
Yeah, there was funny elements to it, and people were laughing, you know, the audience, but they were just laughing for it was like 15 minutes straight. They couldn't stop. Wow. It was, you know, they were snorting and all sorts of stuff. It was like sort of hysterical laughter after a while, and I was just like, you know, are you pissed or what? And they weren't. That's the thing, because they stood up at the end and left, you know, and I was like, Jesus, you know, they're just really fucking ignorant people. But again, it didn't spoil it completely for me. I liked the fact that there was bits in there as well that they'd obviously incorporated like the blind man bit into the new film, and there was other wee sort of nods that the new film had made to Bride of Frankenstein as well, because obviously the whole thing was the hunt for the mate. He wanted a companion, he wanted a mate and all that, and that was obviously all the second film as well. So yeah, it was really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, there was loads of that in the Guillermo del Toro, and I must admit I sobbed silently during this film because I was being respectful of the live orchestra. But I know that it's a bit cheesy at times, and like obviously like he smokes a cigar and all this nonsense. But there is so many moments in that, like when he shows his hands and like they're all burned, and he's got like that one wee tear coming down. I mean, I just kind of break at that a little bit. I just think it's so sad. And then the realization that his own mate doesn't even want him, like that nobody wants him. Like, I just find that really heartbreaking. So a bit disappointed that people were laughing. But then, having said that, as I said to you at the GFT, when they revealed Jacob Elordi's look, which obviously is I read afterwards, it's based on a certain set of illustrations, which I've incorporated into the review, and it looks really like that. But people were laughing at that, and I was like, it's not funny. It's definitely not meant to be humorous. Like there were some funny lines in that film, like as we've talked about with like Christoph Waltz talking about like pissing off the porcelain and stuff like that. But that big reveal definitely wasn't meant to be humorous, and yet there were people laughing at that as well. And I don't know if it's just like it's something that because they're not familiar with it, because everyone in everyone's head, the image of Frankenstein's monster is the sort of like flat top with the screws in the neck. Maybe they just sort of laugh at like awkwardness or something. But yeah, still laughing at the revelation of
I don't get that. Yeah,
strange one.
I thought the look of the creature was quite similar to the alien in the Prometheus film, the Ridley Scott.
I did that film as well. Yeah.
Because it was very similar, sort of the high forehead, and it was very pronounced and all that. And if you'd put scars on, and obviously there's a whole Prometheus tie-in there, because obviously Frankenstein was it a modern Prometheus?
The modern Prometheus,
So that's its additional title. So it was all that. The only thing I didn't get, and I forgot to mention it last week, was why does he drink milk? Why does Victor always drink? He doesn't drink alcohol, he just drinks milk. What the fuck's that all about?
Do you know, I don't know if it's because, do you know how there's this theory that all psychopaths on screen drink milk? Because you've got obviously Christoph Waltz in Inglourious Bastards, you've got Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men, you've got Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange. There's a whole thing on this about how all these bad characters only ever drink milk, and I didn't know if it was maybe trying to sort of tie into that, like to show you that he is literally a bad man. I don't know.
I had no idea about that theory, but it kind of makes perfect sense. I was thinking more towards obviously like milk is mother's milk and all that, so it's a link.
But it could be that mother, as well. Possibly,
but but the psychopath one sounds a lot better.
Oh, that's why I don't trust anyone in real life. It's like, I fancy a glass of milk. No, psychopath behaviour.
Oh dear. Well, you would have called me a psychopath last night because I had a glass of milk with my dinner. So.
Oh no! I can have milk and tea, and I can have milk and cereal, but I've never ever had an urge to just drink a glass. I don't know. There's something about it I find really strange and odd. It's just like for me, milk's something you add to things. It's not something you have on its own. Do you know what I mean?
No, I've always done that from being really wee. Like always had a drink of milk, sometimes with my dinner and things like that. I just thought, and now it's very rare I do it now, but I still take a wee fancy to it. And I thought, because I was having like bits of pizza last night, so I thought, drinking milk would go nicely with that. Thank you very much. So but yes,
I'll not send Leslie the psychopath theory then, just in case she panics.
I think she probably thinks that anyway. Either psychopath or sociopath, or one of the two. I'm on one path.
That should be a meme, like I like now, like it's like self-motivational like posters. It's like I'm on a path, and then in brackets psycho or socio.
Oh, fantastic.
I love that.
Quite an unusual one today.
Oh my god, that sounds fucking mental. Like I just can't believe, in fact I can believe, that's what's so annoying. I can believe that it's all rigged and it's all designed to keep you confused and sated, and it's like jangling the keys at a baby. It's like, look over here and don't,
Yeah, it's a very plausible argument because, like I say, everything is archival footage. So it takes certain things and puts it in a perspective that you may not initially think about. But it's all based on fact. There's not like really any conjecture or anything. So, and that makes it all the worse because of that. Because he uses sources that are like news reporters and all this sort of thing. So it's actually reasonable people in the way that it's done. It's just like, and it makes you so angry. Yeah, no, it's not that we're all fucked. It's the fact that we've never really had a chance since at least the 1970s, so it's always been like that. And when you start thinking in those sort of terms, you think about like the way things have been used to distract you, like the Falklands War, for instance, tore up Thatcher's government because it wasn't doing well at the time. It was trailing in the polls, so it's the best way to
start a war.
To start a war, and that was all done at the time. But people ignored it as well. They ignored why they were doing it, and it just suddenly became, Argentina is our mortal enemy. And you're thinking, when was the last time anybody talked about Argentina?
I know. That's
just,
one of those wars, though, at the time, if you were like, point out the Falklands on a map.
Yeah.
Nobody would have been able to tell you where that was. Nobody. Because we didn't even realise it was a bloody territory worth fighting over until she started all that nonsense. But as I've said, it's complete distraction. It's don't look over here while we're doing all of this bad stuff. Look over here. We'll give you an enemy to focus on. And right now, as I've said, that's trans people or immigrants in small boats.
Yes, yeah. There's the whole thing, like you're saying, it's not focusing on the fact that people are struggling to put food in plates and heat their houses. It's got to do with these bad brown people that are coming over here and getting all their jobs. And you're thinking, no, they're not. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to watch that. We didn't quite make it to watching Ichi the Killer last night because Chris had a very bad hangover. And we watched Quali for the race, and he was like, "Oh, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to bed," because I think there was too much round and round footage, and his head was just swimming. So he just took himself off to bed. So
good stuff. Brilliant.